Here now is Peter Brookes from the Heritage Foundation. He's also a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
What do you make of the actions from last night? What do you think of what the president did?
Well, I think the president's call was reasonable, prudent, and defensible. People are going to see what they want to see, or they're going to see it in different ways, Melissa, as we know that, and that's the debate that's going on right now. But a strong signal was sent to Iran. There's no question about that. And we'll have to see how Iran responds.
Yeah, I was going to say probably the most important interpretation of last night's actions is Iran's. I mean, what do you think they would make of that?
Well, they knew that we were going to strike them. And I think that sends a very strong signal to them. I also think the president here, in deciding not to strike, wanted to keep the diplomatic door open. We did make some diplomatic entreaties, as you recall, through Oman to Iran about this situation. And the president, ultimately, the goal of his policy is to get the Iranians back to the negotiating table to talk about their nuclear program, missiles, and their international behavior. And the president may have decided, I certainly can't speak for him, as you know, but he may have decided that if he took this action, and we can always go back to it if the Iranians continue provocations, that would have closed the door to that diplomacy. So, like I said, we'll have to see how Iran reacts to this. There'll be a lot of words and rhetoric, but we'll have to see how they act on the ground, or in the air, or on the sea, in this case.
I mean, I was going to say, in what window do you look at their response to kind of interpret how they took this? I mean, is it the next few days? What do you use to judge that? Yeah,
I think the next few days, but then beyond that. I mean, look, Iran could decide. I mean, we've heard some things potentially that this was not national Iranian policy, but this was the actions of a rogue commander that decided to do this. Although, a week ago, they took a shot at another one of our drones, and they missed. So this is their provocations have gone from the tankers to the drones. We'll have to see what they do. We don't know everything that the U.S. government does in terms of intelligence. So, I think in the short term we'll look at this. But if Iranian provocations continue, then we can certainly respond, as the president had looked at responding last night.
What do you think is the best that we can hope for from Iran if they were to come to the table? I mean, what's the best outcome? Because it's not regime change. It's not they're not going to suddenly be good actors or stop funding terror. What's the best case scenario?
This is a heavy lift, Melissa. This is in the same category as North Korea. Not easy. The Iranian regime has made its career on being anti-American, anti-Israeli. It'll be difficult for them to move away from that. They won't even talk to us. They wouldn't even talk to the Obama administration initially. President Obama reached out to them early in his administration, and they slapped away his hand of friendship. Eventually, they were able to get him to the table because of the tough economic sanctions that the Obama administration put on them. We've put on tougher sanctions here in hopes that Iranian will understand that pressure and the influence we have and come back to the table. But it's a very heavy lift to get them to change, 40 some years of bad behavior.
Peter, thank you.
Thank you.